Hi, how you doing? Today, you and me, what we're gonna do is we are gonna kind of like work together so that we can learn how to experience awesomeness. Now, I don't know about you, but what I do know about me is I love to experience awesomeness, okay? And the way we have to do that, the way we can really ensure that that comes to our reality, we have to take 3 steps, okay? It's 3, it's like 1, 2, 3. It's 3 things we have to do, okay? First thing we gotta do is we have to learn to identify. No matter how big or how small, we have to learn how to identify. Once we learn how to identify, it's like being in a room with something that you've been looking for your whole life. And imagine you were blind, okay? And then you got positioned to be able to see that thing that you've been searching for all that time. Wouldn't that be awesome? To be able to know what you want to connect to and put yourself in a position so that you can make sure it happens because you know what it looks like. Well, that's step 1. You got to be able to identify. All right? And we're going to go a little more in depth into that later. But I just want to highlight the other 2 things you got to do. The second thing that we got to do is we have to develop that thing. The only way you can develop something is you got to work it. You got to talk about it. You got to verbalize it. You have to communicate that thing. You got to learn about it. You know, learn what to do. You know what I mean? To learn what not to do. You know, once you transition into those points, you know, you look around and be like, oh my God, I see something. I really can see what I see. It's like, okay, you picked up a piece of paper off the ground. Imagine that, right? But you haven't developed a level of comprehension of what you just picked up. But then as you find out what you have, you know, and you develop your comprehension of what you have, you come to find out that it's $1,000 bill. You're going to be like, whoo, I'm glad I developed that. Because that's going to lead you to the 3rd step. And the 3rd step is manifestation. See, once you identify, once you develop, it'll equip you to be able to manifest on purpose and with purpose. You see, a lot of people manifest stuff, and it's just, they do it, you know, because they got talent. But if you have talent and you connect talent with purpose, you're going to be able to help people to transition. You're going to create an appetite. You're going to allow people to be able to go from good to greatness. And we're talking about the type of greatness that people, it's like, what? That's awesome! They want to experience that awesomeness. And so I want you to realize that you deserve awesomeness. Okay? You have to tell yourself, look yourself in the eye, weigh you in the mirror, and say, hey, listen to me. You deserve awesomeness. You deserve awesomeness. You deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve awesomeness. You got to tell yourself. Because if you don't tell yourself, who's going to tell you? You got to learn. I learned that I have to learn to depend on me. Okay? I have to depend on me to do certain things a certain way so I can experience things the way I believe I deserve to experience them. I have to be able to identify. I got to know what I'm looking for. So that means I have to take the time to say, I like this, I don't like that. You know, it's not being prejudiced, it's being focused. You know, you go in the store and you want water and somebody bring you by some hot sauce, you're going to be like, really? Really? Where they do that at? You know what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to share with you is this. If you want to ensure that you're going to experience awesomeness, you want to make sure that you can identify it, number 1. And once you identify the thing, you develop it. I ain't got but one more rep in me, but you develop that thing. You develop it until you manifest the way you want to, So if the tree is producing, if it's producing, it's producing, it's producing, but it ain't producing the fruit the way you want it to, boom, you know what I mean? Prune it, develop it, change it, switch it up until it starts to produce what you desire in your heart. This is what I'm trying to say, because you deserve to experience awesomeness. So the system that I learned that I want to highlight again, once again, is you want to identify, you want to develop that thing, and you want to manifest that thing. You see, and once you do that, and you go round and round and round and round on that merry-go-round, you're going to continue to experience and birth and manifest and manifest and manifest, vitalize. You see, you're going to produce, because that's what you're supposed to do. You just have to believe it enough until you manifest it. Believe it enough until you verbalize it. And then once you verbalize it, you're going to vitalize it. Why? Because you visualize it in your mind. You got to get the picture. Get the picture. You see what I'm saying? Get the vision in your mind. Number one, get it, identify it. Number two, I say again, once you get it, you got to develop that thing. You got to verbalize. Excuse me, do you know how to get to my dream? This is my dream, A, B, C, D. This is what I desire to do. You've been there. Find you somebody who already manifest. Plug into them. Pull resources from them until you manifest. You got to tell yourself that you deserve it. You got to show yourself that you're worthy. You got to let yourself understand that it's valuable enough for you to manifest. And that's what it's all about. If you're not afraid, if you decide to encourage yourself until you cross the finish line. So remember this. 3 things. You got to identify. That means to visualize it in your mind. Okay? You have to develop it. It means to verbalize it, get it out. Watch people, study, put in the work. Guess what? Everything produces after its own kind. So as you study greatness, you're ensuring that you're going to experience and manifest greatness. You see what I'm saying? So push, develop, verbalize until you get to step number 3, where you manifest and you vitalize your dream. You take it from out of your head, bam, into your life. It's in your moment now. It's in your moment. It's in your moment. It's the moment you've been working for. It's the opportunity you've been waiting for. It's what you've been pushing for. It's the thing that you broke through to exist in. So keep on. Keep manifesting. From level to level to level. And the greater you want that thing to be for you, that's what I tell myself. I'm talking to me. If I ain't talking, I'm talking to myself. So when you see this, push, because this is an opportunity. Okay? This is an opportunity you found within your lifetime. You know, and you want to take advantage of it. You want to be utilized. You want to be used. You don't want to be misused. You want to be able to experience the awesomeness. Thank you. Remember, don't just listen. Utilize, vitalize. Bring this thing into this world. We need it. We need what's inside of you. Greatness is hidden within you. I had this song I used to do. It used to go, think it, speak it, do as God do. Remember the God that died resides in you now. Think it, speak it, live because God live. Put some actions to the words that you spill. Don't just think about it. Don't just talk about it. Be about it. Is what I'm trying to push. I'm trying to push, because you bring me. I want to push until you birth that thing into our atmosphere. Bring your dream into your reality. You deserve deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve to win. You got to tell yourself with your mouth and tell yourself with your actions. Thank you. I'm Dederick Woodard. Manifest.